You want to build habits to get this nice, juicy growth mindset? Great, because in this video, we'll give you 10 quick as hell habits that will get you what you want. And to not waste any time, let's get started right away. A growth mindset isn't just a buzzword, it's a powerful concept that shapes how we approach challenges and growth. Unlike a fixed mindset that believes abilities are set in stone, a growth mindset embraces the idea that skills and intelligence can be developed. So the first of quick habit that you should do is read for 20 minutes daily. According to a study by the University of Sussex, reading for just 6 minutes can reduce stress levels by up to 68%. Now imagine what 20 minutes can do. Engaging with books or articles for 20 minutes a day isn't just a fun time, it's a growth strategy. This daily reading habit invites you to step into new worlds of thinking, question your current beliefs, and expand your mind. You're not simply scanning words on a page. You're having a virtual conversation with authors, scholars, and visionaries from various walks of life. Every piece of literature becomes a gateway to wisdom, insights, and personal growth. But why set the mark at 20 minutes? This amount of time strikes a perfect balance. It's ample enough to dive deep into a subject, yet short enough to fit into a busy schedule. The 20-minute window serves as a consistent commitment to personal development that's achievable and rewarding. By dedicating this daily time to reading, you are not only enhancing your knowledge, but also nurturing your curiosity and fostering a lifelong love for learning. Whether it's a challenging piece of philosophy or an inspiring biography, those 20 minutes a day can become a transformative practice that fuels your growth mindset. Moving on to habit number 2, write 3 things you're grateful for every morning. Gratitude is more than a fleeting feeling or a pleasant emotion. It's a practice. A mental tool that can shift your focus from what's lacking to what's abundant in your life. By actively recognizing and appreciating the positive aspects of your daily existence, you're cultivating an open and optimistic mindset, a fertile ground for personal growth and transformation. Why 3 things, and why every morning? The number 3 is small enough to feel achievable, yet substantial enough to make an impact. Doing this exercise in the morning helps to set the tone for the day, allowing you to begin with a sense of appreciation and possibility. These gratitude entries don't have to be monumental. They can be simple and mundane, like the smell of fresh coffee, the warmth of sunlight on your face, or a kind word from a friend. The magic is not in the magnitude of what you're grateful for, but in the act of recognizing and appreciating it. And this is more than a momentary boost to your mood. Regularly practicing gratitude has been scientifically shown to increase happiness, reduce stress, and improve overall well-being. People who practiced gratitude daily for just 3 weeks reported a 25% increase in overall happiness and well-being. According to a study conducted by Dr. Robert A. Emmons at the University of California, gratitude isn't merely a fleeting emotion, it's a strategic tool for growth. By focusing on the positives in life, challenges transform into opportunities, and setbacks morph into vital lessons. The uncomplicated act of jotting down 3 things you're thankful for every morning can be a game changer. It's like a mirror reflecting back the richness and diversity of your life, a daily reminder of your strengths and potential. Whether it's a handwritten note in a journal or a digital entry on your phone, this habit can foster resilience and a more balanced perspective. It's not about denying difficulties, but embracing the full spectrum of life. Try it for yourself, and watch how this small practice reverberates throughout your day, igniting a mindset ready to learn, evolve, and grow. Reflection is a tool, not a trap. It isn't about dwelling on the past or getting lost in what could have been. It's about understanding, learning, and growing. Just a brief 5-minute daily reflection break can become a powerful pathway to continuous improvement and personal growth. So, habit number 3 is take a 5-minute reflection break. Why is it important to reflect? Reflection allows you to pause and analyze. In the hustle of daily life, we often jump from one task to the next without taking a moment to understand what we did and why we did it, and what the results were. Reflection breaks this cycle, allowing you to step back and see the larger picture. What should you reflect on? Think about what went well. Acknowledge your success, no matter how small. This boosts confidence and motivation. Also consider what you learned. Did something not go as planned? What insights can you take from that experience? This isn't about self-criticism, but about understanding and growth. How do you make it a habit? Find a time that works for you. Maybe it's a mid-afternoon break or right before bed. It doesn't have to be formal or structured. You can jot down notes in a journal or simply sit quietly and think. The key is consistency. Make it part of your daily routine. The power of this 5-minute reflection break lies in its simplicity and accessibility. You don't need special tools or a significant amount of time. You just need the willingness to pause, look back, and learn. Reflection fosters the growth mindset by encouraging an attitude of curiosity and openness. It helps you recognize patterns, understand your reactions, and make more informed decisions. It turns experiences into lessons and setbacks into stepping stones. In a world that often pushes us to move faster and achieve more, this brief pause can be a game changer. Reflect, learn, and grow. It's a small investment with a big return, a quick habit that can ignite a lifelong journey of personal development. This next habit will definitely surprise you, and I dare you to try it out right after this video. Number 4, ask one person for feedback each day. When we hear the word feedback, our minds might jump to criticism or judgment, but feedback, when approached with a growth mindset, is one of the most potent tools for improvement. You might think, why should you ask for feedback? The reason is simple. Our perspectives are limited. We see the world through our lens, influenced by our biases, beliefs, and experiences. It's easy to overlook something or get stuck in our ways. Feedback opens a window to a fresh perspective, providing insights that can guide us to grow and improve. But who should you ask? Anyone can offer valuable feedback, from colleagues to friends, family members, or even acquaintances. Different people can provide different insights depending on their relationship with you and their perspective on what you're seeking feedback on. But be aware of people who hold you down. Never tell a dream of yours to a person who doesn't dream of themselves. They will talk badly to you. They will discourage you. They will destroy your dream right in front of your eyes. And financiers, I don't think you want that to happen. So how do you ask for it? Approach feedback with an open heart and a clear mind. Be specific about what you want feedback on and ask open-ended questions. Encourage honesty and assure them you can appreciate their perspective. The goal is to understand, not defend or debate. So listen, really listen. Don't just hear the words, but understand the message. Reflect on what's been said and see how it aligns with your goals and values. You don't have to agree with everything, but consider the insights and decide what resonates with you and what you can apply. Like any habit, it becomes more natural with practice. Make it a daily ritual. It can be as simple as asking a friend how you handle the situation, or as detailed as requesting a colleague to review a project you're working on. Feedback is a mirror, reflecting not just what we want to see, but what we need to see. It's a dialogue, not a monologue, a partnership in growth. By asking one person for feedback each day, you create a continuous loop of learning and development. Remember, financiers, feedback is not about finding fault. It's about finding your path. So go ahead, ask someone today. You never know what you might learn. We've arrived at the 5th habit on our list. Number 5, plan your day the evening before and tackle the hardest task first. We've all been there. A chaotic morning leads to a scattered day, and before you know it, the time has slipped through your fingers with little to show for it. That's where planning comes into play. It's not about rigidly structuring every moment. It's about setting a clear and intentional path for your day, planning the night before. Why the night before? Because mornings can be rushed. By spending a few minutes each evening looking ahead, you can start your day with a clear mind and purpose. Write down what needs to be done, prioritize your tasks, and visualize your day ahead. This habit takes the uncertainty out of your mornings and gives you a roadmap to follow, tackling the hardest tasks first. Mark Twain once famously said, "If it's your job to eat a frog, it's best to do it first thing in the morning. And if it's your job to eat 2 frogs, it's best to eat the biggest one first." This metaphor encapsulates the wisdom of doing the hardest task first. When you tackle the most challenging or daunting task right out of the gate, you gain momentum and confidence that carries you through the day. It's a psychological boost that turns procrastination into productivity. Of course, not every day goes as planned. Unexpected things come up, and that's okay. Planning is not about constraining yourself to a rigid timetable. It's about providing a framework that can adapt as needed. The key is to be intentional with your time without being inflexible. We've already talked about reflecting, but our 6th habit is meditate for just 5 minutes a day. It might seem like a small commitment, but the impact it can have on your mental state is profound. These aren't just relaxation techniques. They're a direct pathway to heightened focus, awareness, and mental clarity. We know that it's boring at the beginning, but you have to try it and stay consistent with it. A 2018 study published in the journal Mindfulness and Cognition revealed that just 5 minutes of daily meditation practice led to a 22% increase in focus and cognitive flexibility. Meditation isn't just a trend, it's a tool for genuine growth. Dedicating just a few minutes each day to meditation helps sharpen your mind, improve concentration, and build inner strength. This isn't about escaping reality, but fully immersing in the present moment. It's an investment in personal growth and emotional resilience, just like tending to a garden. These moments of mindfulness cultivate fertile ground for fresh ideas and insights. Commit to this daily ritual and observe its transformative power on your mindset. Moving on to our 7th habit, compliment yourself once a day. Self-recognition is a subtle but powerful practice that goes beyond simple self-esteem. By taking a moment each day to compliment yourself, you're actively acknowledging and celebrating your progress, even in the smallest ways. It's a habit that reinforces positivity, boosts confidence, and encourages continued effort towards your goals. In a society often hyper-focused on criticism and perfection, it's easy to overlook our own achievements and positive qualities. We may become our harshest critics, forgetting to recognize the progress we make each day. But complimenting yourself is a simple act of kindness that fosters a healthy relationship with your inner self. This isn't about vanity or arrogance. It's about genuine appreciation for the efforts you're making, the challenges you're overcoming, and the person you're becoming. It could be as simple as acknowledging a good decision you made, a task you completed, or a kind gesture you offered to someone else. These compliments become a daily reminder of your worth, your abilities, and your growth. Moreover, this habit of self-complimenting creates a mental environment where you feel supported and encouraged by the most constant presence in your life, yourself. It's a direct conversation with your inner being, a moment to say, "I see what you're doing and I appreciate it." This seemingly small habit has the power to ignite a profound change in how you perceive yourself and your path. It nurtures a growth mindset that recognizes that success is a process, not a destination, and that every step forward, no matter how small, deserves recognition and celebration. So go ahead, compliment yourself, make it honest, make it personal, and make it a daily habit. Words have the power to inspire, provoke, and transform. A single sentence, artfully constructed, can resonate with your soul, spark new thoughts, or even change the way you see the world. That's the beauty and the power of language. So our next habit is memorize a thought-provoking quote. By engaging with a profound quote daily, you challenge your thinking and open new perspectives, fueling your growth mindset. Think of a thought-provoking quote as a nugget of wisdom distilled into a few words. It's like having a brief conversation with a great thinker, a moment where you can connect with ideas that may have taken a lifetime to develop. When you memorize a quote, you're not just repeating words, you're absorbing a concept, internalizing a lesson, and carrying it with you. The practice of memorizing and reflecting on a thought-provoking quote can be a transformative habit. It's an intellectual exercise that demands you to think deeply, to question, and to explore. What does the quote mean? Why does it resonate with you? How does it apply to your life? These questions turn a simple reading exercise into an introspective journey, and the choice of quotes is virtually endless. There's wisdom to be found in philosophy, literature, science, history, and art. You could explore the thoughts of philosophers like Socrates or writers like Maya Angelou. Connect with the insights of scientists like Einstein, or even find inspiration in the New Age philosophers like Jordan Peterson and Andrew Tate. This habit also encourages a continual pursuit of knowledge and curiosity. As you explore different quotes, you may find yourself diving into the works of authors you've never read or subjects you've never studied. You might find connections between ideas that never seemed related before, or discover new ways of looking at familiar concepts. But why memorize? Why not just read? Memorizing a quote means that it becomes a part of you. It's there whenever you need it, ready to inspire or guide. It's a tool you can use in conversations, in your writing, or simply in the personal reflection. So start today. Find a quote that resonates with you. Memorize it, reflect on it, and let it inspire you. Language is at the core of our human experience. It's not just a way to communicate with others. It's a way to explore, understand, and shape our world. Language is the medium through which we think. And by expanding our vocabulary daily, we sharpen our intellectual curiosity and ignite a love for learning. Habit 9. Learn and use a new word each day. When you learn a new word, you do more than just adding it to your vocabulary. You open a door to a new concept, a new shade of meaning, or a new way of expressing yourself. Every word carries with it a specific connotation, a nuance, or a subtlety that broadens your understanding of a subject and allows you to articulate your thoughts more precisely. Think of words as colors in a painter's palette. The more colors you have, the more vibrant and detailed your painting can be. In the same way, a rich vocabulary enables you to convey your thoughts with greater clarity, depth, and creativity. It helps you see more, to understand more, and to connect with others more effectively. But learning a word is just the beginning. To truly make it a part of your vocabulary, you need to use it, to find its place in your daily expression. That's where the real fun begins. You start to play with language, to experiment and to explore. You start to see how one word can change the tone of a sentence, how it can add flair or depth to your communication. You start to appreciate the beauty and the complexity of language. This habit of learning and using a new word each day can be a delightful intellectual adventure. You might find yourself diving into etymology, discovering the history and evolution of words. You might explore different cultures, as words often carry with them the essence of a people's worldview. You might even find yourself engaging more with literature, poetry, or rhetoric, appreciating the art of language and the power of words. And it's a habit that feeds itself. The more you learn, the more curious you become. The more you use, the more confident you get. So pick a word, learn it, use it, and see where it takes you. Make it a part of your daily routine, and watch how it enhances your thinking, enriches your communication, and ignites your growth mindset. And now, my dear financiers, we've arrived at the last and most important habit on our list. Act like your future self. Hold on. Let that sink in. Let me say it again. Act like your future self. Envision who you want to be and start acting like that person today. This exercise empowers you to become your best self, one trait and action at a time. Often we think of our future selves as distant and abstract figures. But what if you could connect with the future self right now? What if you could align your actions, your choices, and your mindset with the person you aspire to be? That's the power of the Act Like Your Future Self exercise. This concept is simple yet profound. You start by analyzing who you want to be in the future. What are the traits, the values, and the behaviors that define this ideal version of yourself? What does this future you do? How do they act? How do they handle challenges, relate to others, or pursue their passions? You write down these characteristics, making them tangible and specific. You create a vivid picture of this future self, one that resonates with your deepest aspirations and your truest potential. But the real magic happens when you start to embody these traits in your daily life. You act like your future self, taking on their habits, their mindset, and their actions. You start to think like them, to feel like them, to be like them. It's not about pretending or putting on a mask. It's about aligning with your highest self, one step at a time. This practice empowers you to take actionable steps towards your goals. By understanding what your future you would do, you create a roadmap for success. You identify the choices, the behaviors, and the mindset that will lead you to where you want to be. You start to see the connection between who you are now and who you can become. You realize that your future self is not a distant dream, but a reachable reality. And as you act like your future self, you start to become that person. You build the habits, cultivate the attitudes, and develop the skills that define your ideal self. You grow in confidence, in clarity, and in purpose. You see progress, not just in achieving external goals, but in evolving as a person. You feel a sense of alignment, a harmony between who you are and who you want to be. The Act Like Your Future Self exercise is not just a strategy, it's a philosophy. It's a way of living that honors your potential and challenges you to rise to it. And you realize that your future self is not just a distant goal, but a living reality, one that you can reach, one trait and action at a time. So financiers, these 10 quick habits aren't just tips, they're a roadmap to a growth mindset. Simple yet profound. They can transform how you approach life, work, and success. Start implementing them today and watch as you evolve, grow, and thrive.